Hello everybody and welcome to the next episode in my brand new video series called Unlocking the Fretboard. In this series, guys, you're going to learn the necessary tools that you need to be able to navigate the fretboard with ease and understand what you're doing and get to the level of playing that you've really always wanted to be on. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So today's topic is going to be learning the notes on the fretboard. So there's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to show you a pretty simple but very effective method for getting this done. So most of us probably started out learning octave shapes, and that's a good tool in itself. Most of us probably did stuff like this, right? And that can be effective, but when you're doing it that way, you're actually kind of relying on the shapes to know where the notes are at. So the method we're going to be using today is going to be a little different. What we're going to do is we're going to locate the notes string by string now instead. And this is actually going to make you reinforce knowing where these notes are at instead of relying on the shapes. So to start off, I like to pick a note, so let's say maybe C. And we can work around maybe the circle of fourths or fifths, whatever's comfortable for you, as long as you get through all 12 notes. So if you don't know what the circle of fourths is, it's pretty much just going a fourth interval, starting on each note that you choose. So if we're in C, the first note's going to be C, and then we're going to go to F, and B flat, and so on. Or if you do the circle of fifths, it's going to be C, and then G, and then D, and so on. So let's get right into this, guys. So we're going to go ahead and start with C on our low E string, and that's going to be right here on our 8th fret. And then we're going to jump all the way up here too, and don't mind me, guys, I don't really think about counting too much, so I'm going to have to count my frets here, so bear with that for a moment. So we're going to have the 20th fret up here on the E string. So again, 8th fret and the 20th fret. We jump to our A string, now we're going to have the 3rd fret and the 15th fret. And then on the D string, we're going to have the 10th fret. And then it'll be up here on the 22nd fret. And then if we jump to the G string, we're going to have the 5th fret. And then we're going to have the 17th fret. And on the B string, we're going to have the 1st fret, and then we're going to have the 13th fret, and then the high E string is just going to repeat, so we're going to have 8th fret and 20th fret. So now once you've comfortably located all those notes, you're going to kind of want to do this consistently. So I wouldn't do it necessarily in time, although doing it in time is going to help you more. As long as you're getting through these and knowing where the notes are at. So here's an example of how this should look. And then if you'd like to, you can also turn around and go backwards with it. Alright, so there are all the places we can play C. So the next thing we're going to do, whether you're using the circle of fourths or fifths, or if you want to go chromatically, whatever works for you. For my example, I'm going to go ahead and go through the cycle of fourths here. So our next note will be F. So we're going to go ahead and locate those as well. So the next note here will be 1st fret on the E string. And then we're going to jump up to the 13th fret. And then on the A string, we're going to have the 8th fret. And then we're going to have the 20th fret. On the D string, we're going to have the 3rd fret and the 15th. On the G string, we're going to have the 10th and the 22nd. On the B string, we're going to have the 6th. And then we're going to have the 18th. And then on the high E, we're going to repeat the low, so it'll be 1st. And then we're going to have 13th. Alright, so real quick going through that one, it's going to look like this. Alright, so that's the idea there, guys. I'm not going to go on and go through the whole cycle, so that should kind of give you an idea as how to do it. Pick a method, whether you want to use the cycle of fourths or cycle of fifths, or you want to go chromatically or note by note. Locate each note string by string, and do that until you get through all 12 notes. Now I would say you're going to want to do this pretty consistently, at least once a day, maybe twice. I mean, as you can see, it doesn't take very long. Once you can locate the notes and do this at a good tempo, it only takes about 5 minutes to get through all 12 notes. So it's a really, really useful tool, and you're going to find it's going to help you a lot when you're trying to learn your scales or your chords or arpeggios or whatever it is you're working on. This is going to help you out a ton. So that's going to be it on today's lesson, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is a video that's part of my brand new series, Unlocking the Fretboard. So if you guys want to learn more about how to get to the level that you want to be on, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and then I'll see you guys in the next one.